Hello and welcome to another episode today. So, on this dive, I was fighting a really bad respiratory infection. I just got back from a trip to Cuba. I was spearfishing over there, which I have a bunch of footage I'll have for y'all soon once I get it edited. But I think I caught something in the airport or so, or first actually my friend did, and then we all got it, and I don't know, it's COVID or the flu or something similar. But basically, I had some really bad, coughing and everything, and phlegm and all that. And basically, I only had one day to go out, and I'm usually not someone to sit around when I'm sick. I'm a firm believer that if you can, you should move, try to sweat it out, try to get rid of it. But I mean that's just me. I'm not recommending this to anybody, but this is normally how I process when I'm sick. Same thing with other divers in my family. My dad's the same way. My grandfather used to do the same thing. I just feel like salt water has a lot of properties that can help you a lot too. On top of that, so you also notice when I'm in deco, I'm actually gargling salt water. Since of course this is in the Gulf Sea Atlantic, it's pretty clean, and I actually ended up getting over the sickness pretty quick. I'm not saying this is for sure why, but I definitely felt better after, going through all this and everything. Even though it definitely made this day a lot harder. On top of it already being a really rough day, even though I said it was the only day I could go out, every other day was blowing like 30 plus miles per hour. So this day was about 20. But, anyways, I took the only day I had to go out and went out there. It was off season still, and I tried to get some snappers and some amberjacks, and ended up going pretty good. Like I said, I ended up having to deal with that that respiratory infection I had, and it shortened my dives a little bit. But all in all, it was nice. It was a pretty decent dive, and I can't complain. So let's get started. Starting my descent now. Nice visibility today. See some jacks, but I don't start my dive with jacks normally, unless I'm specifically trying to hunt them. They'll stick around, usually. It's hard to tell right now, but this tide's ripping pretty good. I got dropped at the bow of this giant warship. It's about 650 foot long, blown in two, and I'm already towards the back of the first half of it, so just to give you an idea how much I'm getting pushed right now. You can see the particles in the water if you look close. I gotta take cover behind one of these guns here. You can see a black grouper. They aren't open right now, so it's amberjacks here. Start with this one. Stoned them. Now that I have some cover behind this gun over here, definitely helps a little bit. As you can see, I'm able to stop moving. I didn't see any snappers yet, so I went ahead and shot the jack. So he's got a hook in his mouth. It's typical. Happens a lot to them. Perfect timing with this mutton here. Stoned that one too. So I get grabbed by the current here. Kind of veer you off sometimes. It'll hit a wall of something and kind of push to the side, so you gotta watch it if you're not paying attention when you load your gun. Also, when you aim too, you notice above this pillar here, you see the water coming at me. So I kind of swim backwards while I'm aiming into it, so I can accommodate my gun. I got this amberjack going. As you can see, I got swept off already. You try to aim into it without swimming while you aim. It's hard to explain. The gun will just get pushed by the current. So instead of moving your arm with the gun, you gotta move yourself to aim the gun. If that makes sense. Now I'm switching halves with the ship. As you can see, it's blown in half right here, and the other half is resting further down current. You see all the dust in the water from the current hitting the ship and pushing sand up out the side. It actually gets much worse here. This is strong current and all, but this is nothing like I've seen in here. I'm about to make landing over here in the other half of the ship. See some snappers, but gotta double check for red snappers. You see where it's blown in half right here? It's the other half. This one's sideways too. This is the edge of it, but the edge is actually upright on this one. Trying to keep my pace here against the current. Double checking this amberjack. It's about the same size, but angle's a little bit off here. It's not worth the trouble. Gotta watch this one getting caught anyways. Some thin line right there, so I'm not too worried about it. Red snapper there. Then notice more snappers. Muttons. And blacks, but that's for another day. Lots of muttons. Trying to pull this amberjack closer so we can get a good shot. Nice one. I begin my ascent. By the time I would reload, I would be past the wreck anyways with this current, so. This half, as well as you notice, doesn't really have any barriers from it. So, it's kind of like the only drive-by I can do in this fashion. Gotta watch the barbs don't close on that spear. Amberjacks keep scaring them upright, which can make it a little bit more common of a thing to happen when it comes to the barbs closing and the fish getting off. Want to keep pressure against the barb if possible, not the fish swimming the other way on the shaft. That's kind of how you lose them. You can see one barb's falling out of them. I got one other one holding them now, so it's getting a little sketchy. Start pulling the mutton in order to try to bear hug him and get him before I lose him. Got him. It's expensive fish. You don't want to waste something like that in general, but of course, I mean, it's worth a good amount of money. A snapper like that. It'd be a total waste if I was losing it. Got him. 15-pound mutton. Let my ear out of my BC before I get too buoyant. losing more air than I normally would. So chest cold is not helping. But I ended up making a deco with more than enough. So that's what I needed. Well hydrated, and I did all the necessary steps that I usually follow. Get my surface marker up quick, cause current, and there's some 4-foot seas, some 6s. It's hard to see with a camera, let alone a widescreen camera. There's no depth of field like there actually is, but I can't really see between the waves very well, and my boat's, obviously has trouble seeing me, so definitely want to get lost. I've been left out there. It's not fun. I've had to swim 4 miles before, and yeah, just sucking at every other minute. And also I have to waste my fish then too. It really sucks. So, set my surface marker up. I wait for the sound of the boat. Still waiting. School of tunas right here. Some more blackfin tunas. But I'm more worried about my boat. Last thing I need is to have to, start swimming and have to fight this current and everything. So I'm getting a little stressed. I don't hear him yet. Thing is, I can go up and find out where the boat is, but I have to look between waves because the waves are a lot taller than me. It's hard to tell on the video, like I said, but the longer I'm up there, the more I gotta stay back down. It's for decompression, so I can only go up for a little bit. What I'll do is I'll rig this gun to the float like this. That way, every time I pull on this line, it puts the float up in the air, so I don't have to hold the surface marker up. As you can see. But I still don't hear anything. So. There's a blackfins there. Great eating fish. Really good eating fish. Deco a little more, and I gotta head up and look. See him. Gotta wait between the waves here. see him. Confirmed. He saw me that time. So now I can rest a little bit. Continue my deco. Yeah, no, it's a terrible feeling when you don't see or hear the boat, but all set now. Had some scary calls with that before, for sure. I've never had problems driving. I've never lost anyone as a diver, because I feel like the more you dive, like deep tank dive, you understand the patterns more and where the current goes and the time elapsed and how that all plays into the equation that it creates. But as for me getting left out there between all the people I've had to train, I've been left a few times, but at least in an area like this, the reef's only about 4 miles away or so. So like the one time I swam 4 miles, I had a plan to get to the reef, and I'm off land. It's a lot different story. Like, I've been in Carolinas and been 60 miles out and left for over an hour or so, and that is a lot more yeah, just a lot more scary. I mean, this is kind of more of a big pain. Like, you can definitely have a miserable time, but I feel like in the end, if you stay calm and you stay strong, you're released off land, you can make it to the reef. But Dry Tortugas or the mainland like the Carolinas, or a lot of parts of Florida even, but you just got to stay calm in a lot of situations, and just, you can be your own worst enemy. That's what I've learned. So always stay strong. That's what matters the most. And have a good driver. Boat's here. Pressure's off. Can't chase the boat. There's this much waves. Have them come around to me. Drifts so fast right now. There's a wind against tide, actually. East wind against east tide. And no bueno. when the wind basically comes from the east like this, and the tide goes to the east, it pyramids them up pretty much. It swells them up more, so deal with a lot more water pressure, and it's a lot rougher. Driver did a good job. Can't blame him for not seeing me right away. It's not easy on days like this. But he's in the area and knew what to do, and that's what matters. As long as he's further, either adjacent to me or further down current, is all I can really ask for. Because I know he'll find me on the way back or on the same level as me. So when they're further up current from you and they're going back to the wreck, that's when they're not doing the right thing. So you can see the boat's going a lot faster than me. I'm already, getting pushed away. He's pulling me in with my own spear gun line. Not a bad quick drop. Quick riptide drive-by. A couple $100, can't complain. Thanks for watching. Should have a couple more videos for y'all soon.